Mahadev. Imagine you are driving a car. Like every other car, this car also has 4 wheels. Your journey depends on these 4 wheels or tires. If they are good, your journey becomes smooth and you reach destination. If they are bad, your journey becomes very difficult. Now in this video, I have explained earlier, the 4 Kendra houses, the quadrant houses, which are called Moola houses or the origin houses, root houses, and why they are so important, how do they get manifested. I have also given the secret of manifestation, and in this video today we are going to learn their trines, meaning these 4 houses 1, 4, 7 and 10 has their respective trines or triangle, and they are remarkable significance of these trines we are going to learn in this video today, because they are nothing but those 4 tires which give support to your vehicle, the vehicle of life, the car of life. You have to reach the destination, you are the driver and you need those 4 wheels. So let's dive deep in and understand these 4 triangles. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and watch till the end. Check out the playlist where I have explained about planetary conjunctions, all the planetary conjunctions and much more. And if you want to consult, please read the description of the video. So what is the first triangle? That is called Dharma triangle. Starts from the Lagna, 5th and 9th. 1st, 5th, 9th, the first triangle, that is called Dharma triangle. Lagna is you yourself, your body, ascension of the soul, your physical nature, your Moola Prakriti, main nature, that gets manifested in the 5th house. How? Because 5th from any place becomes the manifestation of that place. That I have explained in this video, in the last video. Okay, so the Lagna getting manifested in the 5th house. How? In terms of intellect, in terms of his children, that man or a woman, his children, his or her children. Okay, education. Now 5th from 5th is what? 5th from 5th is 9th. 9th becomes the manifestation of the 5th, which results in higher intellect, higher education, higher religious values, belief system, which results in his fortune, his or her fortune. Again, if you go from 9th to Lagna, that determines how the man is, what is his male nature. So this is connected, right? So it circulates, or however you look at it. So this is Dharma triangle. Now let's go to the second triangle, which is called Artha triangle or the prosperity triangle, which starts from the 10th. Why from 10th? Because you see, the Lagna, you yourself, the body gets exposure in the 10th house. The exposure of yourself, the exposure of your being, your totality gets taken place in the 10th house. If somebody is born during the noon, he will have sun in the 10th house, because during the noon sun will be above in the sky, exactly above our head. Okay, so 10th house is the exact karmic house where a person is actually performing his karmas, the duties. The dharma is getting performed in the 10th. So when we manifest that karma, when you manifest that 10th house and go 5 house away from it, where do we reach? 2nd house. 2nd house becomes the 5th from 10th. So in 2nd house we see what kind of wealth he has generated, that man or a woman has generated through performing his duties or karma. We also see whether he has generated ancestral wealth, what kind of values he has learned while experiencing those karmas, while doing those karmas. Okay, what kind of values he has gained, the gains, that is also seen from 2nd house. The relatives, the family, the ancestral wealth, everything is seen from the 2nd house. And from the second, if you go 5 house away, where do we reach? We reach the 6th house. So this hoarded wealth or accumulated wealth is naturally gets expressed through diseases, sensory pleasures or enemies. Richer the man is or the woman is, the more enemy they will get, the more jealous other people will become. The richer his life is, his family is, the more enemy or difficulties he will face. So 6th house represents this disease, which are nothing but the obstacles, right, the difficulties and the sensory pleasures. And that determines again the nature of the work. Whether the 6th house will support, because 6th from the 5th is again 10th, right. So this triangle you got, or however you look at it, from your side. Better if you open your own chart and look from your phone, then good for you to imagine properly. So 5th from 6th, 5th from 6th is 10th house again, right. So the 6th will determine what are the difficulties the man will face in terms of doing while performing his duties, while performing his karmas, whether he will be healthy, or while performing his duties, whether he will be unhealthy. Okay, because while performing, there are people, those who are like, complete, they work, they do forget to eat, they forget to sleep, those people, they become unhealthy, right. So this is also getting determined from there. So now let us go to the third triangle, which is called Kama triangle. Kama means the pleasure, the desire triangle, which starts from the 7th house. 7th house is the house where the Lagna descends, the sun sets there. It is a Maraka house. The Lagna dies in the 7th. How it dies? In simple words, because through the experiences of the world, through, let us say, sex, the life force diminishes slowly. 7th house is also partnerships, whether partnership with your spouse or any partnership, business partnerships. So 5th from the 7th is 11th house. In 11th house, what do we see? We see the gains. How the gain came? Through that partnership. If you have a good partnership, if you have good partnership with people, you will have a wonderful 11th house. If you treat people well, you will have a wonderful 11th house. Why? Because that is a manifestation of the 7th. 11th is a manifestation of the 7th. So good relationship with your business partners will result in monetary gains, profit, cash flow in the 11th house. And from 11th, if you go 5 places away to the 3rd house, it will be 3rd house. 5th from 11th is 3rd house. 3rd shows the manifestation of that 11th, which represents your allies, your siblings, your employees, your very close friends. The 11th house is the masses, your network circle, all the contact numbers in your mobile phone, that is 11th house. Okay, all the contact numbers. So, but when it goes to 3rd house, then it becomes limited. Those who are very close to you, they become their allies, your younger brother, your younger siblings. So that performs the Kama triangle, the desired triangle. Here it's not about the fulfilling the sexual desire or losing the life force while doing that. It's not about that. Kama means desire, all kind of desires, whether it is the desire to appreciate beauty and art, or enjoy music, or to be able to perform art, that is also seen from this Kama triangle. Very, very important. Let's say for a monk, he also must have a karma triangle, right? He also has a desire to appreciate the beauty or the, the desire and the nature to appreciate the beauty of the Lord. Sing the kirtana, sing the praises of Rama or Krishna or Radha or Jesus. So that also has to come from this karma triangle. Otherwise he will be a dry one. He won't be able to love God if he doesn't have karma, right? So it is very important. You cannot drive your car with 3 wheels. You can't. So now let's go to the last one, which is called Moksha triangle. Moksha is a very common word, liberation, mukti, freedom, ultimate freedom. That means moksha. Moksha starts from 4th house. 4th house is our heart, our mind, the mother, the unexpressed karma of the native, which represents the fetus or the unborn baby, which I have explained in this video. So when that has to get manifested, it gets manifested in the 8th house, or here, 8th house represents the life force. Life force. The heart and the mind expressing as life force, or the unborn baby or the heart and the mind, the unexpressed karma representing or manifesting as mortality or the lifespan. 8th house is lifespan or mortality. Okay, and many more. Let's not make the video long. It is also occult. Now 5th from the 8th is 12th house. 12th house represents simply the expenditures. Expenditure. It's also the house of that liberation, where a person lives. The last house. It shows what kind of expenditure the person is doing. Is he doing it for good, or is simply wasting? Expenditure of his life force. That is also seen from there. The imprisonment, whether he has gotten a Rajadanda, it's called in Sanskrit Rajadanda, meaning punishment from the government or authorities. Whether he has gotten, Rajadanda, like now you have to go for 10 years. So very difficult. So that kind of things, that is also seen from there, from 12th. And it is the ultimate escaping place, the main spiritual house, where the soul actually leaves the body. So these 4 triangles are most important. These are the tires. Without them, nothing can be done. You have to have the life force, the 8th house. And 8th house has a deep connection with the 4th house. Why? Because through 8th house is also misery. 8th house is misery and the emotional pain. Because through the misery and emotional pain, how you have forbeared, how you have gone through, how you have stayed strong during the difficulties in your life, determines what kind of growth of your mind and heart will be. Where you will be always crying and lamenting about your difficulties, or you will become a strong one and transform and become better individual, far stronger one. That is determined by the 8th house, right? That's why we keep on calling it transformation. 8th house is transformation. Okay, so these 4 houses, 4 triangles are very, very important. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. We need balance in all of them. Now it is your responsibility now to look at your own chart. How many planets do you have in these respective triangles? Depending on that, you have to judge what you are lacking in your life, where you have to work. If you have too many planets in the Kama triangle, all you have is desires and no desire to perform your duties, then it's very difficult. You have many planets in the Dharma triangle and you are always busy doing your duties and not living your life, and you are very serious. Like, there are people. I don't want to condemn anybody, but there are people, So they have no rasa. Rasa meaning juice, or the nectar of life. So you become too serious in doing your dharma. You don't know how to live. How will you help others? You can't help, or you can't do anything. So you do have to have a Kama triangle, Artha triangle, prosperity. You need the resources. If the resources is not there, how will will anybody perform their duties? If I don't have internet, how will I upload this video? If you don't have internet, how will you watch this video, right? So we need the resources. The second house, the Artha triangle, the prosperity triangle, okay? And similarly, the Moksha triangle, the importance of developing or transforming the heart and the mind through bearing the difficulties of life from the 8th house, so that we can go to the final resting place, the 12th house. And 12th house is very complicated, so the whole new video is required for 12th house. So I will do that, because you people don't watch long videos, so I will end the video here, and I will see you in a very interesting one in the next video. Please watch this again and again, look at your chart and imagine. That's all you do. Imagine, think. Okay. Har Har Mahadev.